Remember last year when this fence was erected at Wellingborough Lakes and it got us all puzzling, and I mentioned that this is our nature reserve? Well, come up to the top viaduct. I've got a little something amusing to show you. And welcome to Wellingborough Lakes and today's episode of Purple Vision. As I said, I've got something amusing to show you all. So this is Wellingborough Lakes. It was Wellingborough gravel extraction back in the 70s, and it was a beautiful bit of land. I believe it was part of Nottingham Forest, so Forest being the King's foraging ground, you weren't allowed to hunt on it, and this was part of it. So before the railway was built, before the gravel extraction and everything else, it was just beautiful open land with the Nnway River kind of meandering round everywhere. So now on present day, we have the Nnway Walk, which follows the river all the way round, and it leads up to Chester House, which is just behind the trees there. It's a Roman settlement. I think it goes back 10,000 years of history in there, which is cool. Right, so here again on the present day, the land is now owned by VISTRY, the same people that have been dealing with the Bovis Homes Stanton Cross. So VISTRY is Bovis and Gallivant Try all mixed up into one to cause devastation across our land. So they are building Route 2, which is down the other end of these lakes, right down the bottom. They've dug a big trench to realign the electricals, so some of the power lines down there, we've noticed the lines are gone underground, ready for this road. So this land has been walked for nearly, what, 40 years, maybe more, by many people. And last year they put a fence around here. I think it was VMS put it in, but they did it on behalf of VISTRY. So they put the fence in on the wrong side of the footpath, so they had to take the whole fence down and redo it. And I asked VMS, I said, VMS, what's going on? He says, well, it's a nature reserve. You're not allowed to walk it no more. And, you know, I thought, yeah, okay. So I did a video saying that, yes, we have a new nature reserve. But apparently it was already a nature reserve. But anyway, the amusing bit is this sign down here. Now, I've shown quite a few people walking this way today. It was about 8 o'clock, but I think we're now pushing near 9 o'clock. I've been talking to everyone about this, and I've let people kind of walk on, but no pedestrian access. Special protected area. Now, I'm really sorry, we've walked this for God knows how long. There's even another footpath about 100 yards up here that goes in between the lakes, that goes that way. And then you've got this here. There was a gate, but there's no more it's not there anymore. And all along this fence, you'll see where residents of Wellingborough have kind of taken down the fence in protest. So is this them just bluffing, trying to just stick up a little thing? Because there's no fine or anything on there. Now with these signs, it must state what you could be fined, what you could be in trouble for, but it doesn't even state who's done it. Oh, the Upper Nen Valley Gravel Pits. Is that just an extra name you're giving it? No, okay, all right. VISTRY, North Northamptonshire County Council are devising a plan to extend the greenway from Wellingborough to Rushton. So just on the other side of this viaduct will be another little bridge that kind of skirts up, follows the old dismantled railway line and into Rushton Lakes that way. It's all to do with this 15-minute city thing, reserved thoughts on that. So okay, there's a lot of planning going in with that. The biggest problem with that new greenway is they're going onto a site, Heritage England. They own all of that because of the Roman settlement that was there. So anyway, so, and you know what? You see a sign like that, and I'll call it bluff. You're bluffing. There is no other signs where I've entered this lake down the bottom. And another thing that's quite annoying is the actual Nnway here. I mean, look at this, look. I tell you what, I'll follow it this way just so you see how bad it is. I mean, I'm wearing shorts. And it's not too bad this bit, because people come from Chester House and walk here, but it still needs sorting out. It was the same for last year. You had VMS, ordered by VISTRY, of course. They cut back the whole lot of this and then sold what was there for silage. Okay, there was a bit of a silage shortage, okay, but they go on about protected wildlife and can't walk this land when they come in and destroying it themselves. They're acting like they care and they don't care. Oh wow, look. I mean, this is the Nnway Walk. And it's hardly maintained. This Nnway Walk as well, okay, it's a beautiful walk, but it actually follows the whole river line. And the river actually cuts in towards the warehouses and then comes back on itself. It takes you at least another 10 minutes walk. Now, if you're like me and like to walk the old dismantled railway line from Wellingborough through to Fraxton using the Greenway, you want to get there as quick as you can. And even on the other side of these posts, that footpath there isn't usually the one I use. The one I use is actually in the middle because it is more direct. It takes you straight over to the viaduct. I mean, the bridge looks beautiful, and so does Chester House in this light. Look at that. Lovely. Look at all the poppies round it. Wow. There's a big oriental poppy here as well. Look at that. So you can see where people are skipping the fence. There's no need for this fence. There's no need for it. People will respect that. No, yeah, okay, keep your dogs on the leads round here. It's not very nice when you've got birds that are immigrating here from other countries being chased by bloody dogs. So keep your dogs on the lead, especially when you're in an area like this. I mean, if you've got a naughty dog as well, when he goes running after a swan straight into the lake there, then you've got yourself a problem, really, haven't you? So just keep your dogs on the leads. That I do agree with. Oh, lovely, look at that. But yeah, so the Nnway actually comes down there and then follows this river all the way into a kink and then comes back round where them power pylons are. But there's a gentleman fishing down there with his car boot open, so most people that actually know the area really well and love our area, look at this, look, all them poppies. Yep, that's what we did up at sunset. Okay, all right. Ah, good one, good one. So I'm going to walk this way. You can't close this off. You know, really? You keep closing all these little areas off. I'll tell you what, if I go the other way, you won't get the sun. They keep closing all these little areas off. Down where our roundhouses are. I'm constantly getting chased by the security guards down there. I just give up now. Just get my drone up over it. They stop me walking down there. Now they're stopping me from walking down it. Well, they're attempting to. That just seems like a bluff, and I'm calling that. I'd like to know your thoughts. Should you be able to walk these lakes freely, with dogs on lead, of course, or should it remain an undisturbed natural habitat away from humans and everything else? Let me know in the comments. I have got a little bit of drone footage where I walked down there and then I sent it up here, and you can kind of see the Nnway path kind of going in a bit of a different direction to this path that I'm taking now. So I have got my drone on me, but I haven't got the lead to connect it to the phone because I'm an idiot. I just woke up too early, mind wasn't awake, and I wanted to get out early so the sun was behind me. And eventually what I'll do for you, because so many people have been asking me, how do I get from Wellingborough Embankment to Chester House? You know, it's this way, but I'm walking backwards. So one evening when the sun is right over that end, I'll walk this way so you know how to get to Chester House. Because regardless of my opinions of the place, it's still it's a good place to visit. It's local, isn't it? Somewhere to walk to. Right, sorry about that. I'm now walking back up to that sign because I've just had another little bit of information. So thank you to the fisherman down there. But there's something else I need to talk about, and this has actually got me quite angry. So sorry if we get a little bit negative. I'll try my best to stay positive. But I want to go back up that sign. You remember I told you about that other path that I always walk? We need to get to that one. Got some more to explain, it seems. Okay, so you can't really see it because I haven't walked it that much, but there is actually, the old path is just here, which leads out onto the other path. So yeah, not ideal in shorts, but if you don't get it done and the path kind of all grows back over on itself, which isn't that great. Oh, train. See? Here it is. Oh, excuse me. Right. Now we're back on track. See? You can only tell because it's a lighter coloured grass in between that, so it's showing newer growth. Yeah. Right, so. First point of call, there are two things that this fisherman just mentioned to me, and the first one is that they are now no longer, this is Wellingborough District Fishing Club, I do believe, they are now no longer allowed to fish along this side of the lake. Beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. Let's have a look. Beautiful, look at that. So yeah, Wellingborough District Fishing Club are not allowed to fish along this bank no more. And we pedestrians are not allowed to walk it no more. I'm sorry, we have walked this for decades. Beautiful. If I point this out, see where these overhead lines are? There's an old railway bridge there. And that was the old Northampton to Peterborough branch line. They'll go under the main line there and head off to Ditchfield. If you ever knew. I've asked about to see a photo. I saw a photo from Terry Pope once of a steam train coming under the Midland main line there, and it's stuck in my head and I really want to see it again. But I don't think I'll see Mr. Pope again until the Wellingborough Model Railway Club up on Kingsway happens in July. So hopefully we'll see a picture then. There's another swim. Look at all the gravel in the bottom. So that's what they were after down here. Gravel pits. Talking with the fisherman as well, he says under this lake, on the bottom of the bed, looks exactly like this out here. It's just a mat of weeds all down the bottom. He says it's really deep, but not that many carp. It seems we've got a few resident otters in the area that seem to be diminishing the numbers of fish around here rather rapidly. No way of managing them, we've only just got them back. All these problems just because of Bovis Homes and Stanton Cross. I mean, it's not the residents' fault, obviously. It's the developer. It just seems like they want Stanton Cross to be the new Wellingborough. Change the name of the station, give the railway station a whole new front, put country parks all the way around our new houses and call it Wellingborough Part 2. Oh, I can't believe it. God, look at it. Look, there's hardly any wildlife down here anymore. I mean, it might be because it's too hot, but I remember walking this with my father and there were damselflies oh, speak of the devil. Damselflies. But there was a lot more than that. Damselflies everywhere. Massive dragonflies buzzing around your head. Bloody horseflies as well. But they were part of the system. Even where the horses used to drop their dung, used to create food for the flies and everything else. I know it sounds horrible, but it's the ecosystem. It's damaged down here. And it looks like they're making this nature reserve to show as if they care. Well, if you really did care, then you wouldn't be doing what I'm about to show you all, because this is new to me. I did not know. Anyway, we're coming out the back of the lake here now. This lake, they were never allowed to fish anyway. It's got no fishing on it. I'm not too sure why, but yeah, it's got to be some good reason. You see this mound of dirt on the other side of the railway as well? That's supposed to be where the bridge is then going to come over and come down through what me and my son call Tyre Heaven, and then comes down the back. But we are just coming to the back of this part of the Wellingborough Lakes bit, the bit that has really annoyed me. Twain! Oh, we've got a gas main. Kevin! Trains. Oh, two trains. Crossover in the middle of me. Oosh. Good morning, EMR. Right, okay. How do I do this? Right, so this is the end of the lake. So this bit here is the reserve in question. They're saying that you're not allowed to walk it, no pedestrian access, but I'm really sorry, we've walked it for more than 50 years. Not me personally, but collectively we've walked it for that ever since the gravel extraction had finished. So where I am now is standing on the old railway line. I come across the river then there and go straight under the bridge there. This lake here is now fed by the River Eyes. So the River Eyes got moved in the gravel extractions to then fill this lake and then fill into the Nen there. So what I want to do is I want to follow the fisherman's road and path out of here, because on the right hand side we've got another major issue, and I didn't know about this one. This one's caught me off guard. I didn't think they'd do this. Just give me a moment. I'm going to try and find my way in here. There's supposed to be another lake just in there. It's been highlighted to my attention. There's a Wellingborough Lower Lock. Got a beautiful bit of drone footage. Me and Eddie standing on the edge there, and I just let the drone go backwards so you can see the whole area. I'd love to show you that one right about now. Have a look at that whilst I'm trying to find this this lake. So I can't see it at the moment, but I will. And I bet now the drone's gone up, you could probably see the lake in the back. I just need to try and make my way there and have a look. Yes sirree. I think it's that one in there. Train. How do I get to that? How do I get to that? I could go through all this, but I'm wearing shorts. Got the twiglets out. Yeah, I want in there. How do I get there? Oh, just go for it. Be a man. Be a man. Be a man. I know it's hard these days, perps. Here we go. Right. Oh, there was a puff. Oh, right, okay. Right. Now, the second problem that we have, just highlighted to my attention, ooh, water irises, is this one. Look at this beautiful lake. And do you know what's going to happen? You know what's going to happen? They're going to fill it in. It's 20 foot deep. Fishermen come here all the time and they're fishing out of this lake. Now, this fisherman said they were doing some testing along here. Probably Stanton Cross hired some geological kind of testing guys. And there was a couple of carp and some other bits. But this lake, they're going to fill in. They can't fill in a lake, surely not. Surely not. I've got so much drone footage from around this area and I'm so glad I have. Oh, I can't believe that. Look at it, it's beautiful. What is going on with our lakes area? And this is VISTRY. You act as if you care. You cut off our Wellingborough Lakes area. You don't do nothing with it except from cut down all the grass and go make money on the silage, which has therefore interrupted the insects and everything else that's down there. It's so quiet down there. Usually you've got birds, you've got loads of little insects buzzing around your ear, constantly slapping me face to get the horseflies off, but there's none of that down there. Act as if you care and you go and do that. And our Wellingborough lime trees. And already they have dug a massive channel and scraped all the land down the back end here. They've done a big channel, and if you have a look, the electrical wires no longer go all the way over to that one there. So what they've done is they've put the electrical wires in the ground, but they've done a big trench to do so. And then there's a mound over there with 2 cylinders on top, and that's supposed to be the height of the road to then come round here. A new bridge going over the River Eyes, over the River Eyes, which is there. What are they doing? Marion, turn a horse. I hope you see this, love. That is another big kicker. They're going to fill in a lake. You did mention to me as well, and I really weren't sure, but there you go. Oh, you know what? Look at the heron chasing an egret. There you go, a bit of brighter up there. So now I've seen how beautiful that lake is. That's absolutely horrific. So there you go. Wellingboroug's new nature reserve. VISTRY, what are you doing? North Northamptonshire County Council, you've let this go. You've let them do what they want, just so you can have your ring road. You're selling off all our assets. Swans Pool Pavilion and that whole area. Sell some of your stuff in Kettering. Oh yeah, I forgot, you won't, because most of you are from Kettering, aren't you? Go sell Kettering's assets. KLV, leave it alone. That's a place for all of us lot. I'm going, I'm sorry. This is if you like that video, hit that like and subscribe. Check the rest of the videos we've got going on, especially Delapre Park Miniature Railway, if ever you heard. Go on Purple's Railway Adventures, it's an absolute beauty. I'm getting out of it, it's too negative. Love and light for a whole heap of unity.